Okay, so my friend once told me a story about his little brother. He's a bold kid starting elementary school this year and is very enthusiastic about it. One day in class, he's in kindergarten. He comes back from the bathroom completely drenched. His pants, shirt, and hair are dripping wet. And the teacher, clearly worried, asks him what happened. Why are you soaked? To which he responds, I just did wudu and I need to pray now. And by that he meant right now. So he gets to the center of class, stands in Qiyam, and begins reciting one of the Arabic he knew at the ripe young age of 5. So naturally his classmates were very confused and he got a concerned phone call from his teacher later that day. But he was just carrying out one of the basic duties that Muslims have to carry out 5 times a day, our daily prayers. It isn't a particularly difficult task on its own, but before praying we have to do a ritual ablution called wudu, which is what the kid did and he was soaked for doing it. And during the prayer we look for a quiet space where we can focus on our relationship with God. So essentially we need to find a place where we can be left alone for about 5 minutes. Of course, in high school, Muslims aren't the only people looking for private areas to do private things. So, as you can imagine, the hunt for a place to find a place to pray took me and my Muslim friends to very interesting places, like the janitor rooms, backstage of theaters, band stock rooms, and abandoned classrooms. Eventually, we settled on the corner of the school clinic that the nurse would say that we could be in if no one else was there. So it became a pretty regular sight with me and my friends rushing to get out of our 3rd period class, do our wudu, stand in prayer, put everything back in place, and run over to our next class in about 10 minutes. It was pretty hectic, but it was a routine. Sometimes though things didn't go according to plan. One time the clinic's room was locked, and along with our prayer mats and private space, so immediately half our prayer group left, and it was just me and my friend left to improvise. We went to the nearest bathroom and took out 2 paper towels, and we tried to find a hallway that we thought was abandoned. It turns out it wasn't an abandoned hallway though, and in our second rakat, a crowd of people started coming by, and they started wondering what was going on. Are you lost? Excuse me, do you need help or anything? And we, obviously, the show has to go on when we pray. We just kept going. We can't just stop and talk about, explain things. So we started speeding it up. Our faces were getting more red, and people started kind of coagulating around the area. We did a little spectacle there. But before we could finish, the class already started. Everyone had headed out, and we couldn't really explain what was going on. It was overall a pretty awkward situation, but it's not something we weren't used to. Looking back at these awkward situations, though, I found that they kind of helped shape my relationship with Islam, the stuff I'm willing to put up with, and the hurdles I'm willing to go through. It's made me closer to my friends and my religion. But at the same time, these kind of situations and the stigma towards practicing your faith publicly, I don't know if they really should exist. They're kind of a product of the fact that we want to have a secular society where we kind of want to push our religion into our private lives, and then outwardly we shouldn't kind of acknowledge our faith. But Islam, on the other hand, it puts religion and our beliefs, they encourages a public and communal affair. So the two conflicting forces between what American society wants us to do, keep our religion to ourselves, and then the Islamic desire to kind of keep it open and do it with our friends, these kind of conflicting forces help shape the Muslim American identity that I've come up with.